Hi, Bill Burton, President of Tuxton China. I'm here at our factory in Jiangmen, China, continuing our series of education for Foodservice China. Today we're going to be showing you some of the testing equipment we use in our lab to make sure we give you the same quality product day in, day out, month in, month out. Welcome to China. This is our chemical analysis room. Ms. Kang here takes various raw materials as they come into the factory, mixes them with different solutions, then those are put into the chemical analysis machine, which reads out the different percentages of ingredients in that raw material. That allows us to keep tight control of all the raw materials coming into our factory. This is our whiteness measurement equipment. We use this to not only test raw materials that come into the factory, we test them for purity and whiteness to make sure they meet our standards. We also use this machine to test finished goods to make sure the whiteness is consistent batch after batch. This is our shrinkage test. We'll bring in various raw materials and our current body that's in production. We make little bars, we put a line on them, we fire them in the kiln, and then we measure the difference in this distance here to tell us how much the piece has shrunk, and this helps us to control the size of our product. This is our M.O.R test, Modulus of Rupture test. For you non-engineers out there, it means how much force does it take to break something. What we do here is we'll take a little bar, we'll cast up some raw material or our body, and we test green strength. Once again, this is something that helps us control the consistency of our product. We've got the test bar in here. I'll show you how this works. Price comes down, presses against the test bar, snaps it, and it gives us a readout. This is our water absorption test, and the water absorption test tells us whether or not our ware is vitrified, which is important for Foodservice China. What this is a water bath where we'll fill this with water. We'll take a lot of unglazed pieces of china, weigh them, put them in the water bath under pressure for about 45 minutes. Then we take them out, dry them, weigh them, and then we know how much water has been absorbed into the clay. And once again, we know that number, and that gives us whether or not the ware has been vitrified. This is our thermal stability or thermal shock test. We have racks that we put different pieces of ware on. Those go into the oven. They're heated for an hour at a specific temperature, taken out, dropped into 70-degree water bath that we control, keep it at a constant temperature, and then we'll take and put a dye on that plate and allows us to see if there's any cracking or thermal shock problems. Now what I'd like to do is have Mr. M.O.R come in and show you. Here's the oven. Take some ware out. And then he just takes it, drops it right directly into that water bath. And that has to survive that and not have any problems for it to pass our test. This is our edge chipping machine. We pull pieces off of the kiln every day. We bring them in, put them onto the machine. This has an arm with a ball attached to it, a specific weight, and it has various spots on there that we increase the height of the drop until the plate breaks, and we know what number that is. And so we have a history of those numbers, and it has to hit a certain number or else it's rejected. Mr. M.O.R will show you how this machine works. This is our newest piece of equipment. This is a lead and cadmium release testing machine. As everyone knows, California has Prop 65, has some very stringent restrictions on lead and cadmium release. We used to have to send this out. Now we have our own machine and we can do this in-house on a daily basis to make sure that everything is coming out. Charlie here, my good friend, it runs this machine. Thank you. This is the last piece of equipment I'd like to show you today. This is our thermal expansion machine, and this measures how much a piece when heated expands over time with heat. This is important because in manufacturing Chinaware, the body and the glaze must fit together properly, and so you must know the thermal expansion of the glaze and the body in order to make them fit properly. Thanks very much for coming by our website and joining us on another excursion into Chinaware. I'd like to thank Grace here today, who's in charge of our lab, for helping us out and educating an old man like me. Thanks.